Cancer crabs out there. So please make sure to get my book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link to that is in the description box below. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as prices are in the description box below. You know, never mind me, I'm a little bit tired. That's why it is that I was rubbing my face and stuff like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into it. Y'all are the best supporters on YouTube. You know what I mean? My real ones. Y'all are the best supporters on YouTube. Y'all really are, because y'all show up and show out for me. Really appreciate it. This stuff is happening more often. You know what I mean? All right, whatever. All right, let's get this handled, right? So the morning sun. So you have the Hermit. This is for Cancer. You have the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Justice, the Emperor, the Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Death card, Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here for the Cancers is no major arcana that, oh, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. But the Wheel of Fortune can also represent Jupiter too. Wink, wink, hint, hint. The Wheel of Fortune can represent Cancer, but it could also represent Jupiter. But it could also be the exaltation of, or I should say the Wheel of Fortune can also represent Sagittarius. But it can also represent the exaltation of Jupiter in Cancer, because Jupiter in Cancer is actually an exaltation. Yeah. Now, I don't necessarily suggest that the Cancers and the Sagittarians themselves should particularly get together. Not saying that you know what I mean? They can work, but it's a very difficult relationship, which is really what it is that I'm seeing. But it is what it is. So you have the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Justice. So the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, and the Justice is about how a lot of you Cancers, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is Cancer. So you showed up in your own reading. This is about how a lot of you seem to be controlling what's happening right now. Because you have four major arcana in a row. You have the Hermit, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Justice, and you have the Emperor. So the Hermit being by yourselves, that's Virgo, right? Knowing what's going on around you, knowing what's going on in your surroundings. Wheel of Fortune, that's Cancer, or Sagittarius. Sagittarius, good luck. Fortune, wealth, health. The Justice, things that came to you, should have come to you, that should have happened before, but now it's happening, right? Of course, the Emperor, you not taking any crap, you not being a jerk, you're justified in why you move the way you do. The Seven of Cups. All these people trying to make themselves, all these people popping up all of a sudden trying to get you to choose them. Don't. The Four of Cups, be focused on the cups that you stacking. Be focused on what you've got. Completely ignore what this person is or these people are offering you, because it's BS. The Death card and the Eight of Wands represents, now remember, as it is, as I said, that Scorpio, which the Death card represents, is the higher octave of Cancer. And Cancer is the lower octave of Scorpio. Cancer is the intent why Scorpio does what it does. Scorpio is the actual action that's executed or done from what Cancer crabs want. So the Death card represents putting an end to all of relationships that you have in your own life that are of no value. or no value to you. Not a lesson. It's not giving you anything physical. Nothing. The Eight of Wands represents this being a situation for you where the Eight of Wands is about there is a need for clear-cut communication, understanding that people try to destroy you. People who say that they loved you, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's romantic relations, tried to destroy you. Obviously, they didn't, because you're still here to tell the tale. But the Eight of Wands, there needing to be strong communication as to what's working, what's not, and then cutting them off. Okay, the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is you having to learn to stay focused. What you need to learn to is stay focused and get your wrist lit, if you catch my drift. Focus on being the ultimate business person. So remember I said in my videos, Cancer crabs can be very good business people if they get their head together. So, you know, sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes it can end up being a little bit janky, but when they get their head together, you know what I mean? You know, they can end up being a little bit clumsy sometimes, but let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. The Strength, Three of Cups. Ace of Cups, just like Leo. Okay. Very interesting. So the Strength card represents you having to, people are going to try to ignore you. And you're going to have to not care. You know? People are going to try to ignore you. So you ignore them right back and you stop caring so much. You know? Because people are going to do stuff, try to get your attention, right? Try to be reaction seeking, right? By trying to get your attention. As long as you don't allow it to really get to you, then it's not going to get to you, right? The Three of Cups, they, like I said, reaction seeking. They may even be they may even show up at a place that they know that you may like, right? Or maybe even low-key follow you around. You know, I have Cancer crab in my chart as the South Node. And I have, that means that I have Capricorn in my North Node, right? And I'll explain to you those invocations a little bit later in another video. But that's appropriate, you know, because South is water and North is earth. So, which is good. So that means that I have it in the right placements, the right invocations. Now, why this is important is because those people may even like low-key follow you, right? Show up where you are and you're like, what is going on? I've had that before, you know, where like I'm walking somewhere and then I cut the corner, right? I turn the corner somewhere and then I bump into such and such and I'm like, oh, you know, what is going on here? But then when I'm around, they move in weird. And I'm gonna, and one of these days I'm gonna have to explain to y'all that story and what I mean and where I get all these references from, because it's actually based on a real story, you know what I mean? Now, the things that the Ace of Cups represents, how these people miss you, but they can't be real with it. So just know that, okay? These people aren't being real because they miss you, but what could they do? They ultimately realize that they taken an L, they lost. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace. L.